So my loves, there are certain style mistakes, fashion mistakes, things that we can do that cheapens our appearance, that can take our appearance from 100 down to, let's say, 50, down to 20, and even to nothing. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you certain beauty mistakes, fashion mistakes that you can make that can cheapen your appearance. I've talked about this topic previously on my channel. I'm going to link it in the description box. I'm going to talk about other things that I didn't talk about in previous videos, because there are a lot of mistakes that people make, and sometimes I make these mistakes as well. So I'm just sharing with you. Well, with that being said, let's jump into today's video. The first on my list on the things that can actually cheapen your appearance is when you're having a bad hair day. As a woman, I believe that your hair is quite essential, because just like they say, you look at somebody from head to toe, you are actually perceived from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. So when you're having a bad hair day, it actually takes a lot away from your appearance. People look at you and they're looking at your face, and your head is actually, so obvious. It is important for us to make sure that our hair is always put together. And it actually doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money, buying expensive hair extensions and all of that. When your hair is old, you shouldn't be walking around with a very old hair. Like, if you have braids, your hair is already out, it's looking old, it's looking unkempt. Anybody that is associating with you, that is talking to you, that is looking at you, is definitely not going to rate you to be of a certain standard. I know that in this economy, making your hair has become quite expensive. So you might not necessarily have your hair done all the time, but if your hair is old, you can loosen it, wash your hair, pack it properly. Just making sure your hair is neat, clean, tidy. That's basically it. It's not just about when your hair is actually old and untidy. Something else that is also very important that I see a lot is when you actually use the wrong colors on your hair. I feel like certain colors can actually cheapen your appearance. Personally, I don't really like really wild colors on my hair, and I don't see a reason why you should have wild colors on your hair, except you are an entertainer, you are an artist. There are certain profession that maybe you're an artist, then it is quite excusable. But as a normal regular girl, you shouldn't really have those hair colors on your hair. If I see somebody with I'm going to drop some pictures on the screen. You keep it minimal. I like blonde. Blonde is actually cool, but there are some certain shades of blonde that doesn't actually look elegant. I like wine as well, but keep it simple, keep it nice, nothing too overboard. So always make sure that you have the right color of hair extension or your hair, because sometimes you could dye your hair as well. One other thing that is very important that I think I want to mention here that really scares me a lot as well is lace frontals. Like, I love the look of a lace frontal. I love the look it gives, but then when it's not done properly, it's really bad. Imagine someone is having a conversation with you and your lace is lifting. They're not going to concentrate, they're just looking at the lace. How do you think that person is going to rate you? Like, that person will think that you're a very careless person. You cannot even make sure that your hair is done properly. They're just going to be distracted, and if you ask them to rate you, they're definitely not going to give you 100, because your hair is actually a problem. So if you can actually do your hair properly, like lay your hair properly, do that by yourself. But if you cannot, please go to a professional to get that done. And if it is actually old, don't say I want to just just take it off. Wash your natural hair. Do you understand? Natural hairs are actually very beautiful as well. They make you look simple, stylish, elegant. Just make sure your hair is clean. And one thing with frontal as well is sometimes you might not know that the glue, you just have this whitish stain on your head. Like, Jesus Christ. Imagine somebody is having a conversation with you and all they can see is white glue patches. Come on, it doesn't actually look nice. Your hair can actually make or break your outfit. You can be putting on a really bomb outfit, but if your hair is messed up, the whole outfit is actually messed up. So my loves, the next thing I'm going to talk about in today's video is overly done makeup or poorly done makeup. This also centers on your face, because when somebody is having a conversation with you, they're interested in your face, your facial expressions. They are looking at you. And imagine somebody is looking at you and your brow is crooked. Imagine someone is looking at you and your foundation does not match. Imagine you're light skinned or you have a different undertone and you're using the wrong undertone. That person cannot even concentrate. They're just wondering what is wrong. What is wrong with this lady? Is everything okay at home? I know that makeup is supposed to enhance, supposed to make you look beautiful and all of that, but if you don't know how to apply makeup, sis, you have no business with it. If you don't know how to apply makeup, you have no business applying makeup on your face and leaving your house. Yes, you could watch tutorials on YouTube. You can actually try and learn how to do your own makeup, but I suggest you do that at home until when your friends have been able to certify that, girl, you can actually take this face out of the house, because it's really, really bad. It can take a lot away from your appearance. You could be looking chic with a really nice outfit that looks nice, but if your makeup isn't really giving what it's supposed to give, it takes a lot away from your appearance. Just make sure your skin is great and clear. You're good to go. Do you understand? Like, once your skin is nice, you really don't need makeup until you're able to learn how to actually apply makeup on your face. And the next thing, overly done makeup. When you're carrying layers and layers of foundation on your face, you know, different colors of eyeshadows, really long lashes as an everyday makeup look. Seriously, sis, imagine taking that kind of makeup to work. The clean girl makeup aesthetics is what is in vogue right now. So when I see people with a lot of foundation or makeup on their faces, I'm like, well, could never be me, because how are you surviving in this heat? I really think that an everyday makeup look has to be simple, elegant, clean girl, light foundation, blush here and there, mascara, and false lashes. Yes, you know, just keep everything clean, elegant, prime, proper as it should be. Less can actually give more than when you have like a full glam on your face. But when you're going for an owambe, a party, then it is excusable. Have a makeup for different occasions, an everyday makeup look, a glam makeup, bridal makeup, all of that. So my loves, the third thing that I want to talk about in today's video that can actually take a lot away from your appearance is faded accessories or overly accessorizing. Why I understand that jewelries are supposed to make a statement, like both jewelries make a statement, it's actually very important for us to strike a balance when we're actually wearing jewelries. I am a minimalistic girl. I know some persons that actually go for chunky jewelries, and sometimes I see it and appreciate it. It's nice, but it becomes too much sometimes, especially when you have a lot of piercings. I see some persons like their ears, you know, pierced every single spot of their ear. Like, wow, girl, you have like a high tolerance for pain. And also they pierce their neck, they pierce their nose, their mouth, every part of their body, and they have to accessorize everywhere that is pierced. I feel like you actually have to have a balance for these things. Even if you are a chunky jewelry person, let me get back to chunky jewelries. You can't be doing chunky jewelries on your neck, chunky jewelries your ears, chunky jewelries your wrists, and all of that. So I should think that you want to actually create a balance when you're accessorizing, even if you are a girl that prefers chunky jewelry. You don't really have to do so much when you are accessorizing. While we're talking about overly accessorizing, we should also talk about faded jewelries. If your jewelry has faded, trash them. You have no business going about your day thinking you're Miss Universe, thinking you're looking so nice, so stylish when your jewelries have faded. Girl, it takes away from your appearance. It's better you're not wearing any jewelry at all than for you to be wearing faded jewelry. The jewelry, we can't even tell if it's gold, silver, or bronze right now. Girl, it has to go. It has to go. There are so many less expensive jewelries I see online these days from Temu, Jumia, several jewelry stores online. These things have become really affordable. If they're very affordable, they might not really last that long, but once you've used them a certain number of months, years, as long as it's still, proper, and once it's faded, you trash them. So my loves, the fourth thing in today's video that I want to address is when we wear ill-fitted clothing or really wrinkled clothing. This can actually take a lot away from an outfit. Even if your outfit is stylish, once you wear a wrinkled clothing, it can actually make you look so unkept. Imagine wearing a two-piece clothing that is actually supposed to look so nice but is wrinkled. It takes a lot away from that outfit. So it's try as much as possible to steam your dress, your clothes, or iron your clothing. Do you understand? So that you can actually appear more stylish, more fashionable. You can actually appear to be that girl. If you want to be that girl, you want to appear a certain way, there is no need for you to be lazy. You cannot be slacking. You cannot be wearing a wrinkled dress, a wrinkled shirt everywhere, and you feel like you are an it girl. It's what? You need to plan. If you're going out the next day, this is what you're going to wear. Make sure you steam that clothes. Make sure that you iron that. Just make sure that you're looking proper. One other thing that is actually worthy of note as well is shoes. I've come to understand that people don't clean their shoes. Like, how will you not clean your shoe? You don't understand that when you get back to the house, you're supposed to clean your shoes. You cannot be walking about like you were going from Jerusalem to Judea every day. You have dust. Girl, do you really want to be rated? Just like I said, people look at you from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, and if your legs are messy, then you are actually messy. You don't need to slack. You don't need to be lazy. These things are really simple things. It just requires you to be conscious of these things and make sure that you clean your shoes, you press your clothes. It's that simple. Now let's talk about ill-fitted clothing. When you wear really tight clothes, you end up looking very uncomfortable. People look at you and they know that you're not comfortable. How are they going to rate you when they know that you're wearing something that isn't comfortable? Know your size. Baggy clothes actually also make you look sloppy. But if you're going to wear a baggy shorts, whatever, I know how I mix my clothing these days. If I'm wearing a really tight top, when I mean like a tight top, I don't mean the one that makes me feel uncomfortable. I mean like the style of the outfits grabs my body like a body hug. I make sure I wear something that is big down, and if you're wearing something big baggy down, always make sure it's tailored. Like the waist should suit you. Yes, we know the style of the clothes is actually big, but there's no reason for the waist to be big as well. It has to look like it is yours. So make sure that your clothes are tailored. Make sure that you know your size and you tailor your dresses, your clothes, your shirts to suit you, to suit your size. When you have a tailored dress, a tailored shirt, a tailored two-piece, you end up looking more fashionable. You end up looking like that is your outfit. You actually own the outfit. You actually look the part. Imagine your hair, it's clean, prime, tidy, looking nice, your makeup, clean hair aesthetics, everything, foundation, everything matches wonderfully well. Your outfit fits you. Do you understand? Like it's tailored to suit you, and it is actually ironed. Your shoes are actually also clean. Wow, that's wonderful. You're going to be giving 100%. And then we can now talk about having the right accessories. Your accessories are not faded and you actually smell nice. I talked about this in my previous video, so I'm not going to talk about it today. But you actually also have to smell nice. As an adult person, an adult lady, Once you step out, once you get into somewhere, they should be able to feel your presence, and they can feel your presence not just by the way you look, but also the way you smell as well. Have a nice scent to you, then people are going to rate you well. Fashion is about confidence. When you are confident in the way you look, then you're also going to feel confident. So these are little tweaks, little simple things that can actually take away from your appearance or add to your appearance. And the last tip I'm going to talk about in today's video is wearing so much designer items all at once. There is no reason for you to be wearing Gucci, Fendi, Versace all at once, and especially when you're wearing the ones that are branded, it just looks a certain way. It begins to look tacky. You're wearing Fendi hat, you're wearing Versace hat, your shirt has the logo, a really big logo, your trousers or your pants actually has the logo, your shoes, you're carrying a suitcase that is also branded as well. I really think it takes a lot away from your appearance, even though most of the items that you're carrying, that you're wearing, are expensive. You end up not looking expensive, you end up looking tacky. I love going for more staple, unique pieces, those that know. And sometimes all that designer that you're wearing, designer Gucci here and is fake. Why are you carrying a branded fake designer item, designer outfits from head to toe? Do you think that actually looks nice? Personally, I feel like that takes a lot away from your appearance. Look, you should aim to look simple and elegant. Some of all these things that you do takes a lot away from your appearance. So if you found any of this tip helpful, don't forget to like this video and to actually subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my beauty and fashion hacks. Turn on your post notification as well so you're the first person that gets notified whenever I drop a video. I also want you to drop for me in the comment section, what other things do you think cheapens your appearance? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.